Hello and welcome to Food for Thought, Insights for Busy Leaders and Managers in just 150 seconds. Today, I'd like to talk about developing mental resilience. And there are lots of different ways to build your mental resilience, but a really powerful way is to catch yourself when you fall into one of the 9 thinking errors. For example, ignoring the good. When there's so many good things happening, we just ignore the good and focus on the bad or focus on what's going wrong without acknowledging the good things that are happening in our life or in the work that we're doing. Blowing things up, catastrophizing and making a huge issue out of a small error. That can easily happen when we're stressed, that everything becomes a huge big drama. Beware of fortune telling, thinking that something's going to happen in the future and that it's going to be bad in some way because you think that way, then you think, oh, that's going to happen, when in fact it might not at all. And in fact, if you can relax and stay creative, you can maybe avert some bad things happening. Mind reading is thinking about what other people are thinking, when in fact you've no idea what other people are thinking. You may see an expression on their face, but that's not the truth of what it is that's necessarily happening in their brains. So beware when you start to imagine, especially if it's negative, how people are feeling about you or thinking about you, be that clients or colleagues or other relationships in your life. Negative labeling, so that you begin to see and label everything around you as being bad in some way, and then that's not helpful for you. So beware when you start to categorize lots of things in a negative way. Setting the bar too high means that you're actually striving for a level of perfection that may not be achievable, but it may not be necessary. Find what's the real level of excellence that you want to achieve, but don't go beyond that, and then that's always never good enough. Self-blaming, where you're blaming yourself for things that maybe you even had no control over, or there's nothing you could do about it, and you're blaming yourself for making something go wrong when you didn't actually have any control over it. And feelings as facts. When we feel something, it's not necessarily the truth. It's a bunch of emotions that we're feeling. So be aware of how sometimes our feelings can be very intense, but it's not necessarily the truth, and it does need to be checked. And then finally, too many shoulds in our life, where we're thinking it should be this or it should be that. And that can create a lot of stress in our life for ourselves and others. So when it comes to mental resilience, avoid the traps of thinking errors and stay curious.